Hello and welcome. My name is Rachel Harvest of The Harvest Method, and you are watching this week's episode of Project Love Me TV. And this episode is about conscious, healthy relationships and our human need to interdepend. You'll learn what qualities are your own to cultivate and nurture within yourself, the role relationships play in contributing to those qualities, the error in codependency and in fierce independence as well, and finally, how to form interdependent relationships in your life. So first, that question: what qualities are your own to cultivate and nurture within yourself? And the answer: happiness, safety, security, confidence, and trust. Those are all yours to create for yourself. These experiences of self and how you feel with others are cultivated in your own work. No one can make you happy or trusting. No one can make you unhappy or make you lose your ability to trust either. That's right. As funny as I am, you can laugh, but I can't make you happy. That's your work. And by doing what it takes, unveiling what's in the way, learning how you respond or react, and then practicing more beneficial actions, you develop happiness and trust and confidence and security within yourself. Can others contribute to that happiness, security, trust, etc.? Of course, yes. By fostering balanced, symbiotic relationships, you get your inner happiness reflected back at you, as if whoever your counterpart is a mirror. They're holding it straight up in front of your face and letting you look. That's your inner work reflected right there. Are you doing the work that you need to be happy and to trust and feel secure in your life? Or are you projecting out the stuff that you ignore? Yeah, I said it. If you see negative in your relationships, you're seeing the shit that you're full of. That's the role relationships play in contributing to those qualities. Expecting another to do the work for you or to fill the void that you have because you're not doing the work yourself is a recipe for codependency. Now, codependency is defined as an emotional and behavioral condition that affects an individual's ability to have a healthy, mutually satisfying relationship. Codependent relationships are wrought with overextending yourself, and unhealthy give-take, dominate-submit dynamics. There's little, very little, experience of sharing, receiving, support, or love. There's an awful lot of praise for being independent, especially for women. She's an independent woman. She's got it going on and she can handle it. Unfortunately, the way most view their own ability to be independent is an overcorrection. Because of experiences where codependency ran a relationship or a few, or in many cases, all of your relationships in the past, you overcorrect. If I am self-sustained, if I don't need anyone else, then I won't get into that bad place again. I will avoid abuse. I will avoid the fear of being alone. I will get good at everything I need to be good at, and I will be safe. And you know what? Those things will probably happen. That sort of safety and being able to depend on yourself will likely be something you can count on. And you're giving up on something very important. Humans need other humans. We are not lone wolves. We are not solo soldiers. And no man is an island. And by cultivating a life where you become a fiercely independent person, you also become very lonely. Now, I'm an expert on what that looks like because I know my experience in myself. I spent as long as I can remember overcorrecting to be so independent, so no one would disappoint me or hurt me or diminish my light to feed theirs. so I didn't need anyone, or to count on anyone doing what they promised me, or to know how or why or what needed to be done to get by. I had had some terribly codependent and highly abusive relationships, for which I now see I was just as contributing a player in as my counterpart. And it was learning to be vulnerable enough to ask for support from others and to provide the same, to exchange energy in the form of love and kindness and compassion, to listen and to be heard, and to remove those that didn't allow for that exchange from my close proximity. That's how I am currently making the move to being what I call a student or a novice of interdependence. I have a lot of info to work with and a lot of chances to practice, and I'm not afraid of looking bad by sharing what I found helpful while I'm still learning and growing. So here I am sharing what I find to be one of the most challenging and scary components of Project Love Me while I figure it out for myself. So you're welcome. Humans need each other. We really do. You have everything that you need to survive within yourself. That's for sure. You have the capacity to muster up everything you've got to independently get through it all. And you aren't here to survive, especially not in the developed world. You have your basic needs met. Life is actually pretty cushy if you think about it. Yes, there are people that are suffering with no food or water or shelter or health care. If you're watching this video, I know you're not one of those people. You actually have the capacity to help those people out of suffering by understanding and accepting that you are secure and safe in these parts of your life, and that it was yours and is yours to create that anyway. Now, are your psychological and emotional needs met? Are you satisfied with your life? Do you practice to find food that feeds you? That is what you don't do that has you feeling that your needs aren't met. That's what has you creating relationships with others and the world, your financial situation, your superficial looks and possessions, what you have and have not, that do not reflect you having what you need. When I say find food that feeds you, relationships are a form of food. When we form relationships, the most important thought and attention needs to be given to balance. I'm really tired of hearing about give-take in relationships. How about support and receive? If you're in any relationship that you don't get to ask for support in, or that you are not supporting the other in some way, address it or get out of that relationship. If you are in any relationship where you refuse another's support or the other party refuses yours, address it or get out immediately. From a professional standpoint, a client supports you through the transfer of energy in the form of money, right? You support them by providing a service or a product. Would you say no to their money? No. Would they say no to receiving their purchase? No. So why do you act that way in your personal relationships? Why do you stop listening when your partner or friend is going through something you just don't want to have to handle? Why does your partner or friend shut down when you ask for yourself to be supported? Why do you refuse help or letting people know that you need them? Why do your friends and family refuse letting you be there for them too? Seriously, what's the deal? Do you get how much easier all of this is with a little help once in a while? Really? How do you try this out in your relationships? Communicate. Simply. What is going on with you? Where do you feel stuck? What do you need? Ask for it. Yeah, you just gotta make requests of people. And if someone near and dear to you says no, ask yourself these questions. What does this relationship provide me? Are you listening to what your counterpart needs and asks for? What energy are you exchanging? Some positive forms of energy exchange are money, services, support, love, compassion, listening, comfort, excitement. And some negative forms are gossip, complaints, sadness, persistent problems, fears, or resentment. Take a good hard look at what you are actually exchanging with others. If it falls into the negative categories, you are actually pouring more energy into those things in your life. You are breeding the negative. Make the change. The positive forms of energy exchange create more positivity and an ability to grow in the support you can give. You heal. Your counterpart does too. You grow, create, and move forward at double the speed you would as your fiercely independent self. So combine your positive energies. Make some superpowers happen in your life. That's what interdependence is for and what it can create. Cool? This one takes a lot out of me, so I really appreciate you watching and listening. And I am here to fight the good fight. So I will continue to talk this way and share this kind of information. And I'd love to know where you need support. So share in the comment section below this video with someone with whom you have a close relationship where you need that support. And if this video has you questioning who those close relationships are, pay attention now and find the people who are on your team, your tribe, the loves in your life. And start it today, really, because I want that for you, starting right now. Subscribe to this channel, sign up for my newsletter at theharvestmethod.com, and donate to keep this channel alive. There's a button on the right side of your screen at a desktop, and you can give $1, $5, whatever you can afford to support Project Love Me TV. Because this is my #1 passion project, and your support keeps me going. So I thank you in advance for that, and I will see you next week.